I wish the iPhone 15 Pro action button allowed for way more, like a single press, double press, triple press, something with more customizations. As you can see here, all you can do is long press it for one action. So you hold on to it and then it can either silence the phone or turn the ringer on. As you can see, these are the options. You can actually go into settings and customize the action button. Inside of settings, you would just type in action button. And you could pick any of those all the way up to magnifier, to camera, to flashlight. But you'll notice this shortcut option, which is very nice. Now with shortcut, you can also configure it to do one action or, one thing. But there's a feature called a menu that you can add. So we're going to make a new shortcut here, as we did. We're going to call it action button so we understand what it's for. And then in here, we're going to search for the first action to be called choose from menu. Now that we have that in here, we need to type in the name of the options we want. We're going to start with silence, and we're just going to name the rest of these items. We're going to say that we want to turn the ringer on as option number 2. Then for option number 3, we're going to pick that we want to maybe take a picture. So we'll go ahead and type that. And essentially you can pick anything you want. These are going to be the text labels that show up, so don't be confused. These are not the actual actions, but they have to match the actions that you can do. Then we select video to take a video on the iPhone. And lastly, you could pretty much add as many as you want. In this case, I want to turn on the AC, but essentially we want to turn on the precondition feature, which will either turn on the AC or even turn on the heat, depending on what the temperature is of the car. And so once you get those, they show up in the bottom. You have to go to the very bottom of the list again and type in the action. So we type in silent, and you'll pick silent mode on. When you type in silent, it says silent mode off. You go ahead and tap the on and switch it to off. And then here we just typed in photo, found it, added it, popped it up. Here we're going to find video, tap it, drag it up. And as long as it's indented and right under that action, that's what's going to happen. So you could actually have like 6 things happen for each option you pick. Like I'm at home or I'm leaving home, things like that. But in this case here, we're going to add the Tesla option. You can also have it prompt you if you wanted to stop preconditioning or start preconditioning by selecting prompt when you click this little blue item here on the left. But in this case, we're just going to say the right Tesla if you have multiple, and then we're going to say start. And at this point, just by using the action button, it should be able to turn on the heating and cooling. And again, that's to the bottom, so you got to drag it up to the bottom, to below the action that you just set up. And that is how it looks. You have the menu up top, and we're just going to rename this so it makes more sense. So it say Tesla precondition, so it'll do heating and cooling, and we are good to go. So when this is completed, you can actually run the shortcut to test it, or you can, if you feel pretty confident with it, you can then attach it back. So we're going to go back into the action button menu. We're going to pick a shortcut, then we're just going to select action button on the right. And you'll see it shows up there right in the middle. That means we're good to go. And now we're going to go ahead and test it. We'll start by tapping on ring on. You'll see the word ring pops up in the dynamic island. And we'll hit silent on. It'll show you that ringing is off. And here we're testing the camera. Works great. Then we're going to test the video portion. Works awesome. And then here we're going to turn on the preconditioning for the car. So it looks all pretty good. You'll notice a message here. It takes probably a few more seconds for the Tesla to confirm that it did it. And there's that message that the Tesla is now starting to, in this case, heat the car. I hope this helped. And remember, you can customize it any way you choose so that it's exactly the way you like. And again, these are the settings, and have a good one.